5 years ago, a Canadian moto journalist said the end of the big thumpers could be approaching. Zach Kurelik said the writing was on the wall for big single-cylinder dual sport and adventure bikes. Motorbikes like the XR650L, KLR650 and DR650 are cheap, reliable and have a wide range of aftermarket accessories to build your own dream machine. But these motorbikes have not been available in most European countries for years due to strict emission laws. Single-cylinder engines create more pollution. For example, the KLR650 produces twice the hydrocarbons of the twin-cylinder Versus 650. It is possible for a single-cylinder engine to meet the emission requirements. KTM has achieved this with the KTM 690, with EFI, catalyst and other electronic wizardry. However, it's expensive and adds a degree of complexity that some adventure riders dislike. And the Japanese manufacturers have become very conservative when it comes to innovation. It is extremely unlikely they would attempt a similar project. There is one exception though. Kawasaki did redesign the KLR 650 for 2022. And with fuel injection, it has continued in some countries. Unfortunately, it became so heavy during this process, it now weighs the same as some twin-cylinder adventure bikes.
Boring never looked so good. We didn't fix the doohickey problem, or make any of the changes you requested, but it has a new color scheme. Kawasaki, let the good times snore.
So why are the big Japanese thumpers still available in some countries? It's usually the grandfather clause. If the motorbike remains unchanged, it won't have to pass the more modern laws in some countries. For example, the DR650 and XR650L are still available in the USA. But any substantial changes to the design will probably mean they have to meet current emission laws. So, the Suzuki and Honda have remained unchanged for several decades now. Increasingly, the twin-cylinder adventure bikes are dominating the market. As mentioned, they already create less emissions, but it's also much cheaper to create these new models, as they simply adapt their existing road models which already meet the emission laws. The manufacturer just slots the engine into a different frame with more suspension.
Blinkers getting sluggish? Remember to replace the fluid regularly.
So what about all those riders who want a new, cheap, single-cylinder, big-bore adventure bike? If any of the Japanese 650s are still available in your country, buy it while you can. Otherwise, here are your options. Buy an older 650 in good condition and maintain it well. Spend the extra money and get the KTM 690. Modify a 450 or 500 Enduro model and create your own lightweight adventure bike. Settle for less power and choose one of the 250 or 300 models. Sometimes less is more. The last option, wait for the Japanese to regain that samurai spirit and create completely revamped versions of the XR650R and KLX 650. It might take a while. Which single-cylinder models are still available in your country, if any? Would you like to see the big bore models revived? In what way? Keen to hear your thoughts.